All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another 20-minute production from Seeds of True Success. I'm Janice, and I'm here with Alex Roland. And today we have a special guest, Raul Nateras from Mexico City. And he's amazing because he has used the seed system for the last 7 years. And in Mexico City, he's worked as an engineer. He's got a master's degree in engineering. He's been a professional engineer for the past 20 years. And presently, he is an engineer for Amazon. I think we all know that company. And a really good friend to both Alex and I. And I just am so happy you're on board with us today to share a success story about how you've used the seed system to plant the results you wanted. We wanted to share that from each of us today so that you would understand why we want to share what we share. We've proved it to ourselves that it works, and we want to share in some small way the successes we've had. So, Raul, would you mind telling us, some success story you've had using the seed system?
Yeah, sure. I can think of a lot of stories right now because I've been using, as you said, for some years now, and it's amazing how that system works. And yeah, I would like to share. Last week we were talking about addictions, so I would like to share how I use it to control some of the addictions that I have or had. Yeah, and maybe the most easy one to understand or to explain is how I quit drinking. I mean, I wasn't a big drinker at all, but I realized that even when I was meditating very often, every weekend that I have a couple of beers, then the next week I was struggling to concentrate for meditation. So that's what I said. Maybe I should quit drinking, but it wasn't easy. I tried a couple of times, about the social pressure and all that. It made it kind of difficult. So what I started to do was I worked with some friends and gave some speech and some classes and some courses also to double A people, and we helped the people that were living there, because that's where they used to live. We helped them to go through all their addictions, of course with alcohol, but there were some other uh, substances that they used. And after that, it was very easy for me, after a couple of months of doing that activity and going through all the steps of the seed system. It was very easy for me. I just one day I said, okay, I won't do it anymore, and everything changed because, for example, I have a very big family here in Mexico, and we like parties, and there was a lot of drinking in those parties, and suddenly everybody started, oh, I rather have some water, I rather have something else, and people around me quit drinking just because, right? That was very funny.
Mhm.
So that's a good story of how to use the system for that.
That's a wonderful success story. And not only you saw success for yourself, but you saw it in the people around you.
Yeah.
Alex, what do you have to say about that? How does his not drinking not only affect him, but he saw changes in the people around him?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about the seed system is because as we study why we are seeing what we're seeing or why we are having trouble stopping using alcohol or something like that, we start to understand that everything is coming from our past thoughts, words, and deeds, not just our desire to drink, but the fact that we see people around us all maybe overindulging. So when we start changing our own behavior, then it starts changing other people's behavior, not because they're necessarily changing from their own side, but because we have different seeds to see people acting differently around us. So it's a very cool thing. I'm glad you brought that up.
Wonderful. Yeah. So, I'm just going to tell a brief experience that I've had around that too. When I gave up alcohol, I noticed, well, at the last big family gathering we had, it was wonderful because no one was drinking, which is amazing because in my family, we have a lot of alcoholism. I mean, some serious addiction problems where, it's really affected their lifestyles. But at the last big family gathering, it was really cool. We had a really nice day. Everybody was happy and really chatty and enjoying the company. I would have to say we all had a really good time. No one even talked about alcohol, whether they felt like they were being deprived or anyone. No one even brought it. So I would say the seed system has made a huge difference in my life.
Yeah, that's cool, Janice. I want to bring up a point about why I stopped drinking. And actually, I stopped drinking before I started really using the seed system. But I didn't want to be a bad example for my children. And I was a single mom. And I had a strong habit of drinking wine every night. And then so when I became single, then I would be drinking my wine and, then my children would be staring at me and it was a little bit awkward. So I wanted to be a better example for them. And so in a conventional way, I think by stopping drinking, I did set a different example. But I'm really happy to say that my children who are grown, 26 and 28 now, they have, they do some drinking occasionally, but when they're at my house, they might bring a beer with them and it's fine, they can. But they don't seem to have a problem with addiction. And I think it is from the seed system, not from the conventional, because there's a lot of people who set a good example and their children are still misbehaving, right?
Right. So the seeds make it more powerful. I mean, my mom wasn't a drinker, and yet, two members of my brother and sisters, have had serious drinking problems. So it's not just us being an example. It's more than that. It's using the seed system and having this wisdom of where things really come from that really helps change our environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very interesting, Alex, because I guess that by trying to be an example for other people, it's also planting very good seeds.
It's
So
true.
I had a similar example. I quit drinking smoking like 15 years ago, and the motivation was the same. I wanted to be a good example for my kids. So that's when I quit smoking. Everything started to change. Now no one around me is smoking. So
Yeah. And because we want to protect our children, and that is a good seed that we're planting there, that we want to help our children and we want to protect them. So.
We do. And then just from our talk last week, we did a short presentation for DCI last week, Alex and I did. And I started a new project and I've already gotten results. A habit I have is procrastination. And just from having had a couple of discussions with a 4-step partner, I'm actually getting stuff done. I mean, I'm seeing my bad habit decreasing a little. And I know as I progress and help my partner that it's my 4-step partner that it's going to get better because I'm already seeing a shift. So that's
cool.
why we teach this, you guys. It works.
Yeah, I guess I'll share right now also my 4-step about addiction that I'm doing right now because of the program that Janice and I have been leading. I wanted to work on overeating and eating unhealthy foods. And so my plan, kind of a simple plan, is just once a week to make a healthy meal to share with my partner. And actually, I've already done it 3 times this week because I when I'm shopping or thinking about my meals, I think what might he like as well? Because usually we eat separately. We eat at different times. He eats fish and I don't. And but I'm always being prepared to make double. And then I say, "Do you want me to make you dinner?" And he's like, "Yeah, why don't you make me dinner?" So he has eaten vegan meals with me this week, vegetarian meals, and I have a lot less interest in ice cream and junk food because I'm thinking about making healthy food for my partner, and he's eating healthier too, and it's working really well.
That inspires me because I ate a bag of sugary popcorn last night, and not just a little of the bag, the whole bag. So maybe I'll try what Alex has done, making healthy food for someone.
Yeah, and now that you brought this food topic, I think it's also very interesting. I also became a vegetarian some years ago, and when I eat junk food, I really enjoy that. But my health is getting better and better. It's amazing. I have my yearly checkup, and I'm more healthier. I'm healthier than, I don't know, 10 years ago. So it's amazing how that system works.
Oh, good. So you can eat junk food and you still are healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. I want to do that.
Well, it makes sense. If the junk food that you're eating isn't harming anyone, you're not killing something and eating it, it seems like you could eat junk food and it would be good and not
Right.
hurt you.
Yeah, and donuts don't make you fat from their own side, right? If
That's
you
right.
the donut and the fatness, I can speak for myself here. I'm speaking about my own fatness. They're not connected.
The
Yeah,
fatness is not in the donut.
Exactly.
Or
that's
wake me up is not in the coffee. That's kind of exciting because last week we had Professor John Brady, and he said he had a coffee addiction. And I really was listening to him and really excited, to hear what he had to say. Because I think I have a mild coffee addiction. I mean, I bought coffee ice cream, and coffee, just coffee. Um, if I understand where the pleasure comes from and where like if I think caffeine is what wakes me up, but if I really understand where it comes from, by helping someone else feel happy about the food they're eating, or, helping my kids get up in the past when they were small, helping them get up and get ready for school. They never had to have caffeine, but all those things, it should plant the seeds for me to be awake without coffee. Yeah. And we can water seeds even if they're 10 years old. We always hear about seeds that were in the Egyptian tombs that are, 2,500 years old that they can put water on now and they grow. So it's the same with our seeds. If we've done something good in the past, we can start watering them now.
yeah. And as you say, that wake me up is not in the coffee. These last couple of months, I've had a lot of work, and I'm working at night, late at night, and I'm just drinking water, and that keeps me awake. I don't need coffee at night, so that's good.
Yeah, great, Raul.
Yeah, that's powerful. Can I share another seed system story? And then maybe
Sure.
the two of you have another good story. I thought I would just quickly share one of my biggest successes. I think my financial freedom has been my biggest success. And I had a four-step partner. We came up with a plan that I wanted the time and money to do what I was passionate about. And that is what has happened in my life. I have the time, I have the money, I have a passion. And so I can bring all those things together to live a life that's very meaningful to me. And the way I did it was meeting my four-step partner and talking about that plan, how we can do that, how we can have more time, listening to what her time and money issues were, and then also just watching for small ways all day long that I could help people with time and money. And it worked great. I ended up in early retirement from my professional career as a realtor, and money was just flowing to me from all different directions. It was crazy. I didn't really think that I could have the time and money that I ended up having. So for me, that was probably like the biggest result that I got from a four-step plan, early retirement, that I hadn't really planned on.
That's wonderful, Alex. Thanks for sharing that.
That is super
Raul,
cool.
do you have
Yeah,
another story you would like to share?
yeah, sure. Right now, I have the job of my dreams. It's amazing. I get to invent and design, and uh, I mean, I can do a lot of things in my job, and I I realize that it comes from helping other people to do what they want to do. I planted the seed to have my dream job by doing that. So yeah, it's it's amazing. I'm always surprised of how this system works.
It is amazing. Give what you want. And right now I'm working on another one. I have had great success in my finances. I've seen my income probably quadruple. I mean, yeah, but now I need to work on time so I can enjoy what I have. So anytime that I help the kids, I walk the dog, I babysit my grandbaby, and I have fun doing it too. I'm planting seeds for more time by giving them the time they need. And that's another thing about my procrastination. When I do things in a timely manner, I'm helping other people with their time. So I'm really looking forward to soon being like Alex and having time to do meaningful things.
Yeah,
It's
you
super.
do a lot of meaningful things, Janice. And I just want to comment on something you said about watching your grandchild. It's something you would do anyway, and you enjoy doing, but it's that extra ingredient of being aware that you're giving time to your daughter when you watch your granddaughter. And then that gives it even an extra joy, right? So
Yeah.
we're already doing the actions often that we need to do to get the results we want. And it's just having the awareness and giving it that extra spice of being happy about it.
Yeah, that's super important. Enjoying what we are doing, because I guess it's very easy to help someone or give something to someone, but not enjoying that, and that is not as productive as enjoying what we are doing. And I know, Janice, that you are always enjoying helping people, because I had that help from you in the past. So I'm not surprised that you have this growth in your income that way.
Raul was a part of it. He helped me a lot. He he came and actually he babysat my business without me even being nearby, so I could go on a retreat. Raul came and helped me. And oh, Raul, this is a beautiful thing. Because Raul was helping me, that's when he was interviewing with Amazon and they loved him.
Yeah,
You wonder why? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
Well,
was
that's one of the
amazing.
fun things about this show is that we're on our show and we have guests, we've all been helping each other for years. We're friends who've been working together and helping each other and seeing the results of helping each other. So this is very cool.
Yeah,
Another
super
thing
cool.
I want to point out is, we're from different countries and different backgrounds, and we have so many friends all over the world that really we can say they're our friends. We know them. We've eaten with them. We've made meals together, and we all support one another. And it's just a beautiful thing. I'm very happy about that. We don't have lines on paper that have borders. We're one. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
worldwide, and wanting to share and help people.
yeah, and doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the language or the origin or nothing. It's a very, very, very nice friendship.
Very nice friendships. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a wonderful thing. So, what is this thing that we do? Is there a formula to it? Raul or Alex, do you want to pipe up and share the formula so other people can get an idea of what it is that we do with understanding?
I think Raul will tell us.
Yeah, sure. Maybe we can start to share the four steps in a very brief way. And the first step is to define whatever I want. To make sure that I'm very clear what is that I want. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to go deeper or want to go to the others, to the following steps.
Yeah, go
Let's
ahead to the step 2.
Okay. So the second step is, find someone who wants something similar to what you want and make a plan to help her or him. Yeah, that's the second step, and it's always give someone what you want for you. And then the third step is execute your plan. Help that person to achieve their goals, to get what they want. And the fourth step, which is seems the most simple of the four, but sometimes it's easy to forget, is to have our coffee meditation, or in other words, enjoy that we are helping other people to achieve their goals.
Thanks, Raul. Yeah, the four steps.
That's right.
Describe in one clear sentence what it is you want, and then make a detailed plan. And the more detailed, it's like the more detailed, the more we envision how we want to help that person once we've found them. I think the plan gets really strong. And then just do it and on a regular basis.
Yeah, because you put a lot of intention there by doing the
Mhm.
plan.
Yeah, and just knowing what you want in one clear sentence is harder than you might think. And I think that's people get hung up on that first step. So it's good to work with other people, work on your first sentence together, help each other with it. Check with, read it to people, see if it makes sense. It should be short and measurable.
Short and measurable. Yeah. Because mine usually ends up being a paragraph and then I can't remember it. So I can't work on it. All the excuses we'll come up with. But really, one short week, I want time to enjoy my world. I want time to enjoy my life. So, yeah. So,
Yeah, and I like having it so short you can easily say it and remember it like you just did, Janice, because also it stays in your mind all day long. And then you can do what we call the mini 4 steps, where you see someone in the grocery store and you can save them time by letting them go ahead of you. Maybe you're both heading towards the line at the same time. Has that ever happened? And you're sort of in a hurry and you see they're in a hurry and you just drift. So you just walk just a little slower so they can gracefully get in line ahead of you. And you've just planted great time seeds.
yeah, there's so many simple ways we can give what we want.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I feel like I'm too busy to have phone calls or something like that. But if I take the time to visit with someone, it's a real gift, not only for me, but for them. Mostly for me. But yeah. Raul.
Yeah, it's cool. I used to do the same technique that Alex was explaining. I was working with my anger. I usually got very angry with people getting in front of me in their cars. And then I just started to do all these mini 4 steps on a daily basis. And everyone that wanted to go in front of me, I was thinking maybe that person needs to get somewhere and has a problem, and I'm helping them to get there faster. So I just let them in, and my anger start to be less and less and less. So yeah, the mini 4 steps it's very easy to do them on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That's
And
wonderful.
not only probably maybe your anger reduced, but I find that then I drive through town and the lights are green. Green lights, green lights, green lights. I get through town so fast and easy. So I think it does work.
So
It works.
go ahead, Raul.
No, it works. It works. That's what I was going to say.
So I think, to summarize everything, what we do really does matter. And if we do it with the intention using the 4 steps to get what we want, we're not only planting seeds for what we want, but we're helping someone else get what they want. And if we did that with all things, I think what a great world this could be. And it's possible, you guys. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Raul, for being our guest today. So happy to see you. Alex, always good to see you. And we'll plan on doing this again.
Yeah. Thank you,
Sure.
Raul, for joining us. And thank you, everyone, for watching the replay on YouTube, our YouTube channel.
Yeah. And Maddie, thank you for being our tech team today. All right. We're signing out. Thanks, guys.